You heard that?
No.
It sound like Lawrence Hobb just slid in the room. Lawrence Hobb, you know what I'm saying? Come on, you know the vibes. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. Lawrence. I call it Lawrence Gang, but it's Lawrence Hobb. But you already know where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? If you saw the season finale of Insecure, season 5, the last episode, then you already know what I'm on. Lawrence Hobb. But if you haven't seen it, please don't watch this video because we're going to be talking spoilers.
Well, that was a spoiler in of itself.
It wasn't. I just said Lawrence Hobb.
In a very celebratory manner.
I just said Lawrence Hobb. Take it how you want it. Take it how you want it. Welcome back to Knox Office. We in the mix again. Today we talking Insecure season finale.
Wait, babe. Hold on, babe. I just realized we have not introduced ourselves.
That's true.
People don't know who we are. They just know that...
And they probably don't give a damn.
You know, we might be a couple. We might be something. I don't know. Just to quickly introduce ourselves, this is the Dante Knox. I am soon to be Mrs. Jasmine Knox. And that is why it is called
Knox
the
Office.
Knox Office.
So that's where the name comes from. So we're a couple, and we very much relate to this show. We've been watching the show since it first started. She started watching it season 1. I joined in late season 1, and we started watching it together. But this show has had a very deep place in our hearts.
Yes.
The past 5 years. Let's talk about the season finale. So we watched it last night.
I feel like it was a very good season finale. I feel like it gave the people what they wanted, but not in a corny way where it's like, oh, they're clearly just trying to give the audience and the fans what they want. It all felt very deserved. It all felt like the characters worked their way to have these full circle moments, and they work their way to find the happiness and the joy that permeates the episode, really. And you just can't help but to feel happy for all of them, all of the characters.
This finale it left me feeling satisfied. I felt satisfied. It's like it didn't feel predictable, but at the same time, it's understandable and it's accepting, and it's like it does what you kind of want it to do, but it does it in a way that keeps you entertained. You know what I mean? Like what you were saying. Like it doesn't do it in a of course way. It does it in a like, okay, this was earned, and I totally understand how they went that way and how we got from here to here. They didn't just say, oh, you knew it was going to happen, so we want to jump here. But there's a lot of time jumps. They're jumping from birthday to birthday. I don't know if that's in relation to the season finale is the anniversary of when the show first aired, because if that's the case, then that's kind of hot.
No, I think it connects to when the second to last episode, or one of the last episodes of season 5. Remember when the character Tiffany explains that she's moving to Denver, and then all of the girls agree that they have to at least get together for each other's birthdays. Like they could at least make that happen.
Right, okay. I was telling Jasmine the night before the premiere, I was like, the only way I could see them wrapping this up is if they do a time jump or 2. And they ended up doing like 10 of them. So it worked out. And the birthday idea was great. I really enjoyed it. And it gave every character a time to like have their own 10, 15 minutes to shine. Or it was probably like 6 minutes. 6 minutes to shine. You know, Molly got a couple birthdays. Issa got a couple birthdays. Lawrence got a couple birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Hey, did he get one? He got one, but it was a good drawing. Let's just get into it. Let's get into each character. You want to start? Yeah, let's get into like the nittiest of the grittiest. I got some notes, man. Man, forget the notes. I'm gonna just say Nathan took a crazy L. You know what I'm saying? Crazy L, and I'm cool with that. Lawrence gang.
Yeah, the episode kind of starts out right after where the previous episode left off. A very heated episode, the second to last episode. Lots of passion and emotion and just saying how we feel and, you know, turning it up even when it's not even really the time to turn it up and take it there. But just
about to put hands on Nathan.
You know.
Nathan was like this tall. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I'm not short shaming. I'm just saying you know what I mean? It wouldn't have ended well for Nathan. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to see our black men fighting. We want to see our black men conquering. And that's exactly what happened. We saw everybody win. All right, so let's start from the beginning of the episode. So in the very beginning, Nathan breaks up with Issa. because he felt embarrassed about what happened with Lawrence in front of everybody. And that was embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? If I'm the new guy, I'm coming into the relationship, I already know how important this guy is to you. I'm going to feel a way about it. I'm going to be like, all right, boy, he here, but like he's talking to you and y'all having, it's like, that's like I got to step in. So I understand. But I also understood Lawrence at the same time because it's like, yo, if I don't talk to her now, then I don't know when I'm going to talk to her again. So let me just get this out the way. So it's like you kind of get both sides, and then we get to the point where Nathan is chalking Issa because it's a lot of, he said it's messy, which it was. Toxic is messy. It's a lot. And it's kind of unnecessary to even be in that kind of position. So I understand him. And then, that leaves Issa to, go on her journey.
And I also thought it was interesting that it was Nathan's character that decided to end the relationship with him and Issa because it just seemed like he was very much for it. And I don't think that he wasn't for it, but he even explained, like, I've been ignoring this feeling that I've had the whole time. And, like, this just really confirmed for me that this is not healthy for me. It's bringing out the worst in me. And, like, he couldn't move on with that.
No, and I really respect that because, like, when you get into a relationship and it's kind of you're kind of thrown into it because at the same time their relationship was kind of all over the place too.
Yeah,
like, it was at one moment she's slow. Trying too hard, and another moment it feels like he's trying too hard, and then another moment it feel like one person pulling away at the other person. Like it wasn't super concise. So like I feel him on the. I had that feeling that this basically wasn't going to work out. Like this wasn't supposed to be going on. But like then you fast forward a little bit and you get to how he felt at the party. When he was like, I don't have any regrets. And I feel like that was a great way to wrap him up and like show that, he didn't just wipe his hands at her and was like, and now she has to think like, damn, Nathan don't rock with me no more. And it's like he came through and was like, no, I don't regret anything. I'm glad we did it. And I'm cool. I still, basically I still love you without saying it.
It was a good way to kind of close that out and, it not end on bad terms, ill terms, whatever term you want to.
Or leave Issa in that same space she was in with Lawrence where like it kind of just ended and it wasn't no type of, you know what I'm saying? Then we would have went on a loop of like, damn, like the way things ended with Nathan, I had no control of it.
Right.
And then, now she's thinking again, but it allowed it to put a little bow on it and be like, no, he's done. But he's cool. He's not bitter about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just doing his thing.
Yeah, they just both kind of acknowledged that it was what it was, and
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And then also the time jumps. Like I know we talked about time jumps in the episode. We got really lucky, especially as Insecure fans. I know y'all are excited that it was a 40-minute episode, but it really didn't feel super, super drawn out or long. I felt like the time jumps.
Welcome at all. They didn't overstay.
Yeah. I feel like the time jumps were really well done.
Yeah, they were well paced. Too.
It wasn't like all over the place where it's like we time jump a few months, now we time jump in 2 years. Like it felt very, very thought out, very organized, and it did have a pace to it still, even with all of the time jumps.
You kind of felt with the time jumps the care. It wasn't just a frivolous, let's just skip because I don't know what to do to fill this time in. Like it was definitely planned out, thought out very well. And one step led to the next, and it just shows you the progression. Man, let's talk about Molly, Ro. Let's talk about Molly first, because I feel like Molly is let's save Issa and Lawrence for last. So Molly, you get to the point where Molly is, Molly's mom dies, which is very sad and tragic. I know all of us understand how loss could really hit you and to your core and change who you really are, and like make it harder to enjoy things. So like when we come back to Molly the next birthday, she's in a totally different space, and like it's kind of it's sad, but then we time jump again to her next birthday, or it's not her next birthday, it's like 1 year later, it just says 1 year later. When we time jump again, we end the episode and she's getting married. So she's happy. She says she's happy, and like that's what's up. It's like even though she went through this tragedy literally a year or maybe 2 years before that, she was able to find happiness and just continue to grow and evolve, and
and like they even mentioned in the show with Molly's losing her parent, it kind of centered everyone to really remember what's the most important about life, So I feel like that was a good grounding moment for kind of all of the characters, give them a little bit more perspective on life, and, focus on what really matters. Because I feel like at the end, everyone really chooses happiness and family in a variety of what ways of like what family can look like. It doesn't look the same for everyone. Like even for Kelly's character, she's having a baby with, her boyfriend, her partner, and
she said she ain't never expect to be doing that, but she doing it. And it's like, I feel like a lot of times when we say we're not expecting to ever do something, I feel like there's a lot of sway from your circle or your friends or your society, the society that you're looking at, or like appearances, and it's not really about what you really want, because a lot of times we don't even know what we really want until we get to that moment.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like you kind of block yourself from getting to that moment where you're thinking so much about something that hasn't even happened yet. And like, I feel like, Kelly was a good example of a little like a little small like sub lesson of like, don't worry about what you will or won't ever do. It's about once you get to that point, just let it happen if that's what you want to happen. And she's happy. She ended out happy.
Really, I think we have touched on everybody at this point.
Yeah, we could dive in. Y'all ready to dive in on Lawrence Hobbs? I already know y'all in the building. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Hobbs, are you with me? All right, I'm gonna chill. All right, so let's get into Lawrence and Issa. I know that's what y'all been waiting for. So Lawrence and Issa, me and you have a very like eerie relationship with Lawrence and Issa. Our relationship is like parallel to theirs in a way.
Yeah, it is. There's definitely a lot of strange coincidences that also kind of line up to, who we were as people, as well as like not exactly what happened between us, but like in our close relationship, but definitely very close. And I feel like that's always a good sign. Like it's good to see. It's good to be able to connect to a series where you can see yourself, you can see your friends, you can see, your life, your family. And it just kind of adds to the richness of the experience of seeing the whole series. And
let's just say that the series as a whole, specifically Lawrence and Issa's relationship, was very therapeutic for us, and it helped us see ourselves in a very scarily specific way. But we're going to talk more about that in our next video. We're going to get real in depth about how me and Jasmine directly relate to Issa and Lawrence, and how scary similar the relationship is between, them and us. But that's our next video. So Pete, if it's already out, I'm gonna tag it, whatever. We're gonna just talk about Lawrence and Issa. We in the mix. We talk about Lawrence and Issa now.
Yeah, so to wrap up this part of the video, part 1, how it ends for Issa and Lawrence, they definitely, like I said earlier, they definitely have like this, it's definitely like a dance with them, like throughout the last episode, where it's potential that they might be able to work it out in that moment, but then it's still not the right moment, and then they break, they do their own thing, they give each other the space that they need to continue to grow, to continue to, just do whatever it is they need to do. And then eventually they do make it back to each other.
Because it always feels like right intentions, wrong time. Like throughout the whole season, it's always felt like right intentions, wrong timing. And except for when Issa cheated on Lawrence. We're not going to speak on that this episode, though. We're going to talk about that later on. But most of the time between them having this song and dance, it's right intentions, wrong timing. And, she calls him. He answers. She wants to, reach out that olive branch. He got a girl. He hit her up. He wants to, she got a boyfriend or whatever. And and then mirror her is like, nah, don't mess this up. Like, you got a boyfriend. And she like, but I don't care. And then she kind of says it, like her real feelings. And it was really cool to see that, because that's kind of similar to our situation. It was like, but watch the next video for that. But no, I really liked how they didn't just was like, all right, well, Nathan's gone, so bring Lawrence in, Lawrence gang. It just was like, they was like, nah, he has his own life and he moved on, and he is also, getting money and doing his thing. So it's just like, I like how they respected that and showed the realism in that.
And that it works when it's aligned, and and what's meant for you will never pass you. It's kind of like the vibe of the last episode. You don't really have to stress too hard about the when and the wheres and where you are right now. And you just really should focus more on just being present in that moment, riding those tough times out, and, you know, taking what you can from those, from like where you are in this moment, and growing from it to then elevate you to the next, you know, portion of your life. And
your fate will find you, just like how Lawrence, you know, pulled up on her office finally, and they, you know, got back together and did their thing, and, you know, got steamy, and then it got awkward like it usually does. And it felt genuine, it felt earned, it felt real. It didn't feel like, all right, like I said, Nathan's gone, bring Lawrence in. Like, it didn't feel like that. It felt like they have to work their way back to that. And Issa had to kind of tune out the noise that she had before. And I like, you know, we'll talk more about this in the next video, but like, I really like how the show really kind of told you, fuck what everybody else talking about. It's about you. Because that's really what the show is about. It's about you. It's about what you want for yourself. And it's not really about these other things, because these other things are what's making you insecure. Ah, you like that? You like that?
Or like they said in the wind down, like I liked it, babe. I liked it. It was good. Or like they said in the wind down of, you know, ending the series out with being secure with your insecurities.
Right.
And finding security in that.
Right. Exactly.
If that makes sense to you guys. Sure. Because there's just no way around them. There will never be a point in your life where you won't have any insecurities. And it's just about being able to sit with those, sit with that uncomfortability, but you know, take something from it, you know, to make you better, to make you stronger, and to be a better person.
Oh. Go to therapy, y'all. Go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Therapy is, I know it's taboo in the black community to like go to some random person with a clipboard and talk to them, but that's not really what it's about. It's about really you just talking. So therapy could be your mom, your cousin. Just find somebody who is wiser than you, and like they can listen, because it's about you figuring yourself out as you talk and as you uncover things. And therapy is crazy underrated. We went to therapy. That's how we ended up here.
We'll talk about that
next episode.
So again, I mean, this just left us feeling really good, wrapping up the whole series. It was a good ending to the series, and it's definitely goated.
It's goated for sure.
It's definitely
goated status.
Definitely goated status for sure.
Goated status. Sure. And this show is really close to my heart, as at both of our hearts as young black millennials, and like, you can tell that the show was made for us. It was clearly for this specific age group, but you could take lessons wherever you are. You know, it's not just for black people, but it's made from the perspective of this specific age group, and it's not this caricature of black stereotype. That's what makes the show just
chef's kiss.
You know what I mean? The gabagool. You feel what I'm saying? It's just, I love it. I love the show, and I want to thank HBO and Issa Rae and Jay Ellis. I gotta thank Jay Ellis, man. Lawrence gang. You got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get a man his props. He became a goated black male character. You just gotta give it to him, whether you like him or don't like him. You gotta admit there aren't a lot of characters like Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? It's very in depth. You get to see him when he's broke. You get to see him slowly become not broke, and then you get to see him still be humble about it and be true. Because he could have flexed up. He could have been like, "You ain't want me. You cheated on me. You did all this stuff. Now I got money. I'm good." He didn't do that. He was true to himself. He was like, "Nah, I love you, and I'm here." And then, you know, at the end of the series, we get them engaged. Seemingly, she had a ring. And, you know,
they have their family, their blended family, and, you know, their beautiful home. And it's just, again, very well earned. Very, very well earned. But tell us what you think. What do you think? If you saw Insecure, if you've seen the whole series, if you just kind of got caught up this year, what do you think? How did it feel for you?
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments what the most relatable episode was, or moment was for you. What the most relatable moment. The most relatable moment for us was obviously the whole relationship portion. But what is it for y'all? Leave a like if y'all enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. We got more videos coming. We dropping another vid soon, very soon after this one. Go check that one out. And we really appreciate all the views. Our last video, we finally crossed 1,000. We only dropped 2 videos. We crossed 1,000 on one of them. We really appreciate y'all, but y'all not subscribing. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We got content. We pushing this content out. You feel me? It's not gonna stop.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for just watching us and embracing us in your arms in a digital way.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. We really enjoy making this content for you guys, and there is definitely more to come.
For sure. Holla at y'all. Knox office.